All right, Steelers fans, TJ Watts.
And there's that left-legged TJ Watt collides with his teammates, and he immediately goes down. And you can see the agony he's in. You can see his face.
That was scary. It is a little concerning to see what's going on. And remember, I'm not his doctor. I don't have access to his medical records. So all this is kind of speculative based on my experience as an orthopedic surgeon, what I think may be the injury based on the mechanism and what snippets we are hearing in the media. Now, even if I was his physician or his surgeon, I couldn't tell you that anyway because there's something called HIPAA, which many of you guys don't really understand. But bottom line is, I wouldn't be able to talk about his injuries unless he gave me specific permission. So this is for entertainment purposes only, but I am an orthopedic surgeon. Anyway, so TJ Watt, Steelers, Lions, and you saw this happen. So what I saw there, and you notice right away he's grabbing his knee, I saw him have what you call a valgus force on his knee. In other words, he had a force this way on his knee, from the outside to the inside, right? I saw his knee do this, and that places stress on the medial structures in the knee. So first thing I thought, he has a medial collateral ligament injury, and indeed he's grabbing the medial side of his knee. Could have had a meniscal tear and all kinds of stuff, but I think probably MCL, MCL injury, medial collateral ligament injury. Now he got up and walked off the field, which yeah, you can do that if you have an MCL injury, as long as it's not a complete tear, you're not unstable. It's painful. He's in the NFL. He's a tough guy. He's a linebacker. He's a tough guy. But the initial report said that he was out for a hip injury, which kind of surprised me. And now they're saying hip and knee injury. So here's what I think may have happened to TJ. I do believe that he has some injury to the medial structures in his knee, MCL sprain, maybe tear or something, but he got up and walked. So I don't know if that's that bad. When they're talking about hip injury, the only thing I can think about is he may have subluxed his hip. In other words, remember the hip is a ball and socket joint. There's the labrum, it's kind of the rim of cartilage around it, and the ball sits inside there, and that labrum deepens that bowl, that saucer. Subluxation means that the hip partially comes out, the ball partially comes out of the socket, pops back in, as opposed to dislocation where it completely pops out. But as it pops out, that little rim of cartilage, that labrum, can tear, right? So I think that may have been what happened. And if you remember, there was another football player, Ryan Fitzpatrick, labral tear, and he's out for the season. It's painful. It's difficult for them to heal because there's not a lot of blood supply in the area, and you need to have blood supply to bring in all the healing factors into the area. I'm not going to go into details, but you can do your research. But essentially it's blood supply. So sometimes they just go in, debride them. Sometimes they will go in and do a labral repair. And sometimes just leave it alone and see what happens, see if it'll scar in. Prognosis for him, if it's a labral tear, he might be out for some time because those things are painful, and depending on how bad the tear is, if they have to do any surgery. If he has surgery, he's going to have some period of rehab. The MCL, if it's just a sprain, he's going to be okay. He needs some rehab. If it's a tear, probably still okay. But he's going to be, is he on the injury reserve yet?
No.
Okay, yeah, well, I think he might be out for a little bit, but it depends on how bad his injury. But like I said, I think hip injury is likely a labral tear, and I think the knee injury is likely an MCL, medial collateral ligament injury. Tough break for the Steelers, man, because I'm not going to say he's the one good player, man. They're in the NFL. They're all damn good players, man. They made it to the NFL. What are the odds, right? But he is an outstanding player on that team, and to lose him is going to hurt. So I hope he gets better. He will.